Hello and good morning. This is the practice test. So if you want to make an A, practice, look up here. All right, so this one, number one, is the difference of two squares. So it's k squared and then 3h squared. So it's going to be k plus 3h and k minus 3h. And if you want to know for sure, do FOIL. The next one is also difference of two squares. So that one is going to be a k plus 8h and k minus 8h. H times h is h squared. Name the degree. The degree is you just add up the exponents. So add exponents. So the degree is equal to 11. Write in standard form. Standard form is where the exponents decrease. So you put the biggest one first, the third power, and then you put the next one, which is the square, and then plus 4g, because there's a plus sign right there, and then minus 6. That's called standard form. Notice that the exponents decrease. Let's keep moving. Find the sum or difference of that. Well, they're like terms because you have the same base and the same exponent, so you just add them up and say 14x to the 7th power. Remember, when you add, you leave the exponents alone. This one right here, it's a plus sign, so technically you could distribute, but it's not going to change. So this and this is going to be 4u to the third power. This one, you only have one of those, it looks like, so put plus 6u squared, and then minus 7u, and then that one and that one looks like 9. And I think that should do it. This one, however, is a negative, so you do have to distribute. So you got to change all the signs. So this becomes a plus, this becomes a plus, this becomes a plus, and so now you add it. This one, 7 minus 5 is 4, or 2, what am I saying? So 2x to the 4th power. And then this one and this one looks like 2x, 9 minus 7, scratch that one out. And then this one is going to be plus 10, and that's how you do it. Make sure if it's a negative on the outside that you change only the ones in the back. This is FOIL. So this times this, you're going to add your exponents here. 3 times 3 is 9h squared because you're multiplying. Minus 18h. This is going to be minus 21h. And then this is going to be a plus. 6 times 7 is 42. And then you're going to add these up. So that's going to be 9h squared minus whatever that is, 39h plus 42, and you're done. This one right here is kind of like FOIL, but what you're going to do is take this one, I'm going to go backwards to all of these, and then I'm going to take this one to all of those. So this times this is going to be 8n to the third. This times this is going to be plus 20n squared, and then this one and this one is plus 12n. This one and this one is going to be a negative 10n squared. I'm going to line it up with this one. A negative 25n, and then finally a negative 15. And so when I add this up, I'm going to get 8n to the third. This right here is going to be plus 5n squared. This is going to be a negative 13n minus 15, and that's what it should be. There it is. Let's keep moving. We're almost done, actually. This one you have to write twice and do FOIL. So this times this is going to be 4x squared minus 12x. This is going to be a negative 12x. And then this is going to be a plus 36. When you add this up, you're going to get 4x squared minus 24x plus 36. Excuse me. This one right here, find the greatest common factor. Well, I'm not sure, but I'm going to say it's a 2 and the x to the second power. I'm going to say 2x to the second power. Let's see if that works. just for the heck of it. So that's going to be 24x to the 4. This is going to be 3 plus 3, and then this is going to be minus 13x. And notice there's nothing else in common here. So this is your answer, not this. They just want the greatest common factor. All right, this one right here, they want you to factor these. So here, let me think, there's a 5 and there's a W3. So 5 times 5 is W3 plus 7, and I think that should be it. Let's keep moving. This one right here is also group factoring, so you got to take out what they have in common. I'm going to let you do that one. This one right here is just plain old factoring, so that's going to be P times Z. 2 positives gives you 2 positives. Make sure you go the chart, okay? Rewrite that. Plus and a plus is a plus and a plus, a minus and a plus is 2 minuses. Add. Anything else you subtract and a plus and a minus. Okay, that's the way I memorize it. All right, so let's keep moving. So this one right here, we're trying to get 16, so we're going to take 63 and we're trying to add. So it's 1 times 63, and then it's going to be 2. 2 doesn't work. 3 does work. 3 times 20, 21, I think. And then 4, I don't think works. Okay, so 4 doesn't work. 5, 6, let's see, 63 divided by 6, that's not going to work. 63 divided by 7, that's going to be 9. So 7 and 9, and that's going to give you 16. So 7 times 9 is going to add to give you 16. So put 7 and 9, and there it is. Let's keep moving. The next one is also factor. So you take 77, you're trying to add to get 18, so that's 1 times 77. I think it's going to be 7 times 11, and that adds. So it's going to be real simple, W plus for both of these, and then 7 and 11. Check your outer, check your inner, make sure you get your middle term. This one right here, you're trying to get 14, a negative and a positive is 2 negatives. So we know they're going to be negatives by the chart. So 45, I think it's 9 times 5, or 5 times 9 is going to give you 14. So it's 5 and 9, real simple. This one right here, a negative and a positive, you're going to be subtracting. Now look, you have an X here, and then you have a Y back here. So put that in there right now. One's going to be a plus and a minus according to the chart, and you're going to be subtracting. You're trying to get 6, okay? Let me think here. So 1 times 40, 2 times 20, 3 doesn't work, 4 times 10, there it is right there. So it's got to be 4 and 10. The middle sign is a minus, so you want that with that one, and you're done. All right, this one right here, what does it say to do? Factor the greatest common factor, always first. All right, so let me think here. Well, what do they all have in common here? So you got to break that down. It kind of seems like a monster on this one. So I'll come back to that one. This one right here, I'm going to first factor out a 2. And when I do, I get 10x squared plus 11x minus 6. And now I do 10 times 6 is going to be 60. So my answer should look with a 2 on the outside here. Now I hope they did it that way on the answer sheet. All right. If not, you'll have to figure out which one's the best one. In any event, 10 times 6 is 60. And we got a plus and a minus, so we're going to be subtracting to get 11. So subtract to get 11. So that's going to be 1 times 60, 2 times 30, 3 does work, 3 times 20, 4 times something, let's see, 15, and that's actually going to be my answer that I'm looking for. So I want a 4 and a 15, that's going to give me 11. So put x, let's see, we got to do some group factoring here. So it's going to be 10x squared and negative 6, and then you're going to put 4x and 15x, and the middle sign here is a plus, so I want the plus here and the minus here. This right here, I'm going to take out a 2 into x, and I'm left with 5x minus 2, I think that is. And then this one should be the same, but it looks like I'm going to take out a 3, and I'm left with 5x minus 2. So my answer should be 5x minus 2 right here, and 2x plus 3, and you should have had a 2 out here. Now again, if they didn't do it this way, then you're going to have to try to figure out which one is going to be the best answer, all right? Technically, you should factor out the greatest common factor. This one's a negative, so I'm going to take out a negative here. So negative 4 is going to come out. So I'm left with x squared minus 2 x, it should be right, and then 8, so that's going to be minus 8. Okay, so I'm trying to get a negative and a positive is going to be a plus and a minus, so it's going to be negative 4, and something tells me they didn't factor out the greatest common factor, so you'll have to figure out the best answer there, okay? But technically you should. This right here is going to be it, so it's going to be x and 2, x and 4, I want the minus here and the plus here, and that should work, okay? And then finally up here, do the same thing. You're going to do 2 times or 3 times this. You're going to be looking for a combination that adds to give you 26. This one right here is the difference of 2 squares, x plus 8, x minus 8, and this one right here you're going to multiply, and then you're looking for a combination that's going to add to give you a 5. And I think it's 2 and 3 on that one. This one you're going to multiply and try to get a combination that subtracts. This one you multiply and try to get a combination that subtracts to give you 8. And that rounds up your worksheet and your practice test. Have a good morning.